A year ago, I decided that spending more time outside with my dog and going camping didn't require a fancy setup. And a lot has changed since then, but I'm really grateful that I started out in a simple, nearly no-build build because it allowed us to get back to the basics and figure out what we truly needed. But after this year, I've decided it would be nice, with all the time that we spend out here, to have a bit more of a setup. And so last week, I started taking out my original build that lasted and held up really great over the year for an all-new car camping setup. I gutted my Subaru, I took out the rear seats, and I started searching the internet for inspiration. Which brings me to a quick thank you to a fellow YouTuber, Chase Christopher, who designed his 2016 Subaru Outback for all of us to use. And I'm going to go ahead and link his build and show you his channel here really quick to give credit and also to point you all in the direction of where I am getting my design for this initial foundation platform in case y'all are curious. But with that said, let's hop back into the build. All right, so when I said I was going to be using his plans as the foundation for my build, but more as inspiration, there were a few things that I meant by that. First, his setup is awesome, but gratefully I don't have to sleep in my car anymore now that I have a rooftop tent. And so I will be building this out primarily for gear storage, for Terra, and for a rear kitchen setup, which you'll all see next week in part 3. It was great to have a foundational set of measurements. Again, all of that will be linked down below, credit to Chase Christopher, but I did make some pretty substantial changes when it came to taking weight out, because I do have the rooftop tent up top. Having nearly 2 sheets of solid plywood was just not going to cut it, which is where cheese comes in. But before I go and make Swiss cheese out of the platform that I just assembled inside, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Bluetti, and their all-new Elite 100 Power Station. Now, the first thing that you're sure to notice is just how small the Elite 100 is. But don't get it twisted. Its small size and low weight of 25 pounds does not indicate a lack of features or power output. The Elite 100 V2 packs in over 1,042 watt hours with a max output of 1,800 watts until you engage power lift mode, which can boost you all the way to an output of 2,700 watts, meaning that you can power nearly anything that's in your garage or backyard with ease. Similar to its output capabilities, it's capable of handling a massive solar and AC unit input, which means you can recharge on the go faster than ever. 6 times faster in your car off of the Bluetti Charger 1, which is one of my favorite additions to my car camping setup. Now, if the Charger 1's not quite for you, whether you're parked up at camp or looking to recharge before you leave, the Elite 100 V2 can also handle up to 1,000 watts of solar input or 1,200 watts off of an AC unit at home, allowing you to recharge the station in just around an hour. If it sounds too good to be true, I promise it's not. I just recharged the station from 16% all the way up to 100 before moving up to the front deck in the time that it took me to sit down for a break and have some lunch. Like all other Bluetti power stations, the Elite 100 V2 comes with a 5-year warranty and an estimated 10-year life cycle with regular charge and discharge. Now, if you're looking to compare the Elite 100 V2 to other power stations, I'd recommend that you guys check out the AC 180. Or if you'd rather just hear it from me, know that the Elite 100 V2 has the 180 beat in nearly every category, especially when it comes to ease of transport. A quick glance will tell you all that you need, but my favorite standout features are the fact that the Elite 100 is 12 pounds lighter, it's smaller, it actually can handle more solar input while giving you within 100 watt hours of output similarity. So if it were up to me and I was about to invest in a new Bluetti power station, there would be no question the Elite 100 V2 is where it's at. So whether you're tackling a new build like I am and need some power outside for your tools, you want a new permanent fixture in your small car camping setup like I do, or you're just looking for some backup power for your home, RV, van, or boat that's easy to carry and use, you can head down to the link in the description down below to sign up for the waitlist for the all-new Bluetti Elite 100 V2, which launches later this week. And as always, you'll find a discount code in that description down below for an exclusive discount for this community to save you even more money on an exceptional product. And thank you again to Bluetti for sponsoring today's video. While it might not seem like much, drilling these 1-inch paddle bit holes, or Swiss cheese holes as I like to call them, took over half of the weight of the supporting pieces of plywood out. And I did not drill these on top because I don't want to get dust and debris from Tara and my camping adventures down below if I can help it. But since these were just support beams, I really only needed the edges to hold the table in place. And so I drilled about 50 of these violet holes in each piece, sanded it all down, and then gave all of the maple plywood a thick coating of polyacrylic. This is going to go ahead and protect it from water, any minor scratches and dents, and allow me to wipe things down much easier when they do get clean. It's what I used on all of my full-on camping builds in the past, and I really loved it. Especially with this 3/4 inch, I find that it's plenty sturdy enough for Tara's weight, my gear, and if need be, for me to sleep in the back of the car if that situation ever did come up again. One last thing that I'll mention is this hole and the support beams that you guys are all seeing here. And it's not going to make a whole lot of sense right now why this is happening, but I did decide to build the top piece before the bottom storage unit, which this will lead to from the top access side. But for now, I'm really happy with how it came out. I think it looks great from underneath as well as on top. All the pieces fit together perfectly, and I can already tell that this is truly going to be the ultimate camping setup for Tara and I. All right, it is cooking once again, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this quick, but I'm gonna call this week an overall success, even though things definitely went slower than I thought that they would. But what's new in the world of building? I'm really loving how the hybrid of kind of my and Chase's design ideas are coming together. I'm really grateful that I took out as much weight as I did of the bottom of the platform, that you're not gonna see. Dust isn't going to get anywhere and really is just there for guiding support for the tables. I do have a couple of ideas where I might use that in the next part 3, which will be the final iteration, the final part of this build series. I am almost done really just getting these first cuts, and some more of the wood that I have pre-cut but not yet installed in the build was the biggest task. So if you're looking to do this at home, I would say with a jigsaw and a skill saw or table saw, if you have it, some screws, some pocket, Kreg jig, screw and drill setups, you could easily do this at home. And I just really appreciate how much legwork Chase did. So shout out again to him. I'll go ahead and link his channel down in the description down below, so that way you guys can go check out his build if you want to copy it exactly. But his build ideas, my removal of weight, some extra gear storage, and a kitchen setup in combination with my rooftop tent, keeping the space on the inside for gear and Tara, I think are really going to come together well. And I'm super excited to show you all how I finish it up next week. Until then, thank you so much for Bluetti for sponsoring this week's video. It is roasting hot. I think it's at least 120 in the car. It's nearly 100 outside. So I'm going to go ahead, head inside, wrap up this video, and get started on part 3. And I'll see you all then. Bye.